I will defeat you, Power Rangers!
The hell is this guy's problem?
I don't know, but I must act! Quickly! Use Mega Force Mega Shit! Yeah!
Oh.
Hello guys, I'm Canadia Reviewer, doing a new video for you guys, and this time we are taking a look at Transformers Age of Extinction Deluxe Class Snarl. Let's take a closer look at him, shall we? Now here's Snarl in his Lemon Lime Stegosaurus alt mode, and he looks really cool and very spiky, but Stegosaurus is really meant to be spiky and whatnot. He's got a very tiny head and it's kind of adorable. Look at it, little cutie with the red eyes. Anyways, he's got a very nice green color. I wouldn't say it's menacing, but it is kind of cool, and I gotta say, it kind of looks like a nostalgic figure. I know some people are going to complain that I said that, but it's just kind of wacky colors and kind of out there colors, not really anything modern that I would think. It's got some transparency in there, so that actually doesn't look too bad, and the whole figure alone kind of reminds me of a Beast Wars or Beast Machines figure, and it actually feels nice. He's got some articulation in the leg right here, so that's really cool. He's actually got pretty good articulation, even in the neck. Now, it's only a couple of joints. I wish they were ball joints, but you know what? It supports the thing just fine. Now, the thing that I do not like with this figure in particular is its weapon storage. I do not mind the tail. The tail is fine, but it's the top little spikes up here. It's very loose. Look at it. I don't know if you can see that, but, come on. There you go. It's loose. It's because this doesn't want to plug in just right, and as you can see, there's a little gap. Well, there's a little tab right here, and gap, tab, that would fit. You would think it would fit, wouldn't it? But no, it's... quite honestly, it's better if you take it off. But then you have a little extra, little bit of armor, so I just snap that on there and just kind of leave it like so. Taking a closer look at its head details, it looks very nice, and the unfortunate side to this, except for the little spikes on the top, is the visible feet, but I don't necessarily mind them too much, although I knew they were going to be the feet, you know, with the spikes up and swords and Dinobots. So anyways, there's Snarl in his alt mode. Let's go ahead and transform him and get him into robot mode.
Guten Abend, gute Nacht, mit Rosen bedeckt.
Have anyone seen my axe? You are a traitor to the Rebel Alliance!
Don't hate me 'cause I get attention.
And so here is Snarl in his robot mode, and I gotta say, this is incredible. It reminds me of so many things, as I said before, I think. It looks like something from Power Rangers. It looks like something from Transformers in its original lore, in its Beast Wars days. It just looks so good. I love the Mountain Dew colors, and also, it's got a little bit of G1 with the backpack, with the spikes on the side. It's just oh my god, this is a really, really good looking figure. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that Age of Extinction does, you know, a lot of people don't really support, but this guy really he looks really good. That head sculpt alone just screams Power Rangers, Gundam, Bionicle even, with the mouth. Oh my god, it's just, it's a thing of beauty. Let's quickly talk about his weapons and accessories. He's got this little club weapon that can be plugged onto his hand, like so, if you want, or like so, but it's a little awkward. He's also got this little translucent blade weapon, which, if you plug in like so, I mean, that looks okay, that looks reasonable, but the good part is, if you were to combine the weapons, they would make something along the lines of this. Okay, actually this. It's a nice looking axe, I gotta say, and you just plug it in like so. Now, the unfortunate part to this toy is kind of just the position of the wrist joints. As you can see, his weapon just kind of goes straight up when you got the appropriate elbow joint, so it looks kind of off and just weird, and it doesn't give you the right, you know, playability that you might want. You can rotate the wrist and rotate it like so, and there, but, you know, you kind of lose that, nice elbow joint. At least they put wrist articulation in this toy, but it just doesn't feel right. Now, the unfortunate side to this transparency of back kibble is that these bits like to clash with the shoulders. However, you can close them up, and if you want them a little bit open, you can do that without the little back arm pieces clashing onto the backpack. Just a little bit of buyer beware. Be careful when sliding this down. You don't want to break it, so you don't want to slide it down from this. You might want to slide it down from the peg. The box art actually shows the axe being positioned in the other configuration, which is just in this way. But one, the axe doesn't really spread itself out to be a nice looking weapon, and two, it kind of clashes with this bottom bit. It also has its upside down, which I'm not exactly sure why it's like that, but I'm not saying that's not reasonable, and I'm not saying you can't do that, and I'm not saying it will look ugly, but I just really prefer this with its Mountain Dew flavor. Even though I don't got him in the greatest of poses, you can get some pretty good articulation and some pretty good poses out of this. I'm not sure how I feel about the double heads in here. It kind of makes me feel like the original design had a two-headed dinosaur, and you know, people are complaining about strafe on that one. He's got a little bit of purple, so that actually looks nice. It's very metallic. In fact, a lot of the colors is kind of metallic, and kind of reminds me of the green color of Hoist. If you really like the green color of Hoist, you're going to really love this. Sadly enough, his feet feel like kind of a challenge when standing him up, but it's not like it's not plausible. And this, I see the peg where it's supposed to go, but there's kind of two places to where that could go. There's a hole on the side of the foot here, and then there's also this little, I don't know if you can see that little gap right there. Right there. Let me point it out with my axe, see if that's better. Right there. And that kind of just fits right in there, trying to get that in position. That kind of just fits right in there, like so. See? Do you see it now? I do like the added articulation in the shoulders. I mean, that can't hurt. And if you want, for some reason, you can disconnect the backpack and have that kind of move a little bit if you want to get it into different configurations if you want. Unfortunately, though, I don't know if you can see that, but the hole to where that connects, it's got a little bit of a crack. Yeah, kind of unfortunate, but, yeah. And if you're still having second thoughts about this figure, look at this. He just fits so well into this lineup. Ugh. So that is pretty much it for Snarl. Let's go to the overall review. I mean, just... wow. Here's a little update. There's the hinge on the waist, and there is a little bit of a stress mark there. Actually, it's very concerning. So yeah, anyways, on to the overall review. So overall, would I recommend Transformers Age of Extinction Deluxe Class Snarl? I would say that I would. He's got a wicked design that's very cool. You know, for the Age of Extinction haters, you know, people are going to hate it, but you know what? He's got a very nice look that's very much like, you know, an older figure. It reminds me of a Power Rangers villain. It reminds me a little bit of Bionicle, honestly. And it just reminds me of a Beast Wars figure. So it's got some nostalgic cues, especially with G1 Snarl in the backpack. So even if you're not a big fan of Age of Extinction, you have to admit it does take some cues from the original, and of course not Power Rangers and Bionicle in particular, but definitely from the original G1 Snarl figure, you can actually tell. So yeah, it's something that's really cool. You know, it's not as playable as I was hoping it was, but that's mostly due to the wrist articulation. At least he has it. It's just positioned weird. But as for style points, he's really got a good look for him, and I would highly recommend displaying him on your shelf. Anyways, that's pretty much it. I thank you guys for watching. I am the Canadian Reviewer. I'm going to eat some bacon.